Okay, so this is the last video for today, and this video is for people with autoimmune disorders because I have some people who have questions about why the hell does it take so long to get a diagnosis. Let me just tell you a short thing. I knew I had an autoimmune disorder when I was in college. I was not diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder until over 25 years later. Okay. Part of the problem is that a lot of the autoimmune conditions mimic each other. So there's a lot of people who have arthritis in their joints. There's rheumatoid arthritis, there's lupus arthritis, there's drug-induced arthritis. So arthritis is an inflammation normally within your joints that can be caused by a myriad of things, right? The other thing is when you go to a doctor in the United States, the doctor orders testing based on whatever you're presenting with on that day, on that visit. And most of the time, because of changes in health insurance and things of that nature, many people are switching doctors. You know, if you change jobs, you have a new doctor. That doctor's totally not aware of some condition that happened to you 10 years ago. You've forgotten about it. You don't really think to bring it up until you've left the appointment. Another reason why I created my health symptom tracker. So you guys can write that stuff down and be your own patient advocate and take that information to the doctor. So when you go into the new doctor doesn't put two and two together, right? They don't know that when you were doing martial arts, you all of a sudden could not move and you had to be taken to the emergency room. Turns out that was part of lupus. They don't know that you had a miscarriage or multiple miscarriages, which is a symptom of lupus, because an OBGYN doctor knew that, but guess who didn't know that? My primary care. So that brings to the third point. A lot of the doctors that we see are not holistic doctors. Their job is to focus on one area. So you have an OBGYN who specializes in all the gynecological things. You have a rheumatologist who specializes in your autoimmune disorders. So when you're going to your normal primary care, if they have not connected the dots with whatever's going on with you, they don't refer you to the rheumatologist or anyone like that, which is also why I'm an advocate of getting your labs done at alternative places like Quest, LabCorp. I'm in Virginia. There's several hospitals that offer wellness labs for you. And then you can take those results and go to your doctor and say, I think I need to see someone because I'm having these issues, right? I need a referral to someone else. So there's all of these different systems put in place, and with the systems put in place, it's very easy for a person to make it through the healthcare system in the United States and not get an adequate diagnosis. Again, some of that is changing. It is a very slow process. After 32 years in this industry, I tell you, it is a very slow process. You have to advocate for yourself. You have to request things like an autoimmune workup, and your primary care is not going to be able to do that if you don't meet the requirements. So you may have to prepare to pay for it out of pocket. If you really want to get to the root, do the root work. Get to the root of what's going on with you. You might have to make some decisions like, can I afford to pay for this on my own? And really, you kind of can't afford not to. So if you have not had one, I would recommend you getting a test called an ANA, anti-nuclear antibody test. And that's a baseline test. And today it might be negative, and that test can become negative and positive over the years. But at least you need to have a starting point of what it is, if it's negative or positive, because I had my results from, I want to say 1999 or 1998, whichever one. I'll have to check my files, because I'm fortunate enough to be a laboratorian and have performed these tests way back in the day at some point when I was figuring what was going on with me, but my pattern wasn't distinctive, and I'll get into that at a different point. So they couldn't say whatever. As a matter of fact, I told some people, I thought I had multiple sclerosis. I didn't even think I had lupus. I thought I had multiple sclerosis just because of all the different things that were happening. And as a matter of fact, my doctors thought I had multiple sclerosis. And then my pattern said I had lupus. So, I don't know. You can't walk all of a sudden. Sounds like multiple sclerosis to me. But I digress. All of that I'm saying to you is there's a reason why it takes so long. If you want to speed the process up, you are going to have to advocate for yourself. You're going to have to pay attention to what's going on with your body, and you're going to have to talk to your doctor, who works for you, by the way. And if they are not doing what you need done, you will need to go to another doctor until you find someone who will do what it is that you need to do. I recommend going to a holistic health practitioner, a functional medicine, a functional nutrition. There's a lot of different other doctors to go to other than just a regular primary care physician who's like 80 years old and not really open to doing anything other than what the insurance company is going to pay them to do. Okay? And as also a person who owns an insurance company, I'm telling you this. Okay? The only way to know something is to get into it. I got into the insurance business so I can learn more about it, so I can understand. Okay? And the more I learn, the more I'm definitely in agreement that things are getting done because one person's like washing hands with the other person. All right? So it's not necessarily for our benefit. Now, I say that because this individual that was talking to me has had symptoms of an autoimmune disorder for 10 years and nothing has been done about it. That's a long time. Okay? In today's world, you don't need to go 10 years with a possible autoimmune disorder with no answers. All right? Baseline tests. ANA. Other tests you need to have in general, CBC, basic metabolic, actually comprehensive really. And those panels you can get as part of wellness panels from the big labs, Quest, LabCorp. There's some even smaller labs that are offering these kinds of wellness panels. You can Google it. You can find it. Okay? Get started with the basics of what's going on in your body. And then that will help you on your health journey. Because if our body is not well, we cannot take care of the spirit. The body is the protector for the spirit, and it is up to us to try to take care of the body. Now, some of us spent a lot of time not taking care of the body as well as we should have, and we're trying to do better, right? And it's not just about what we eat. It's about what we put in on these social media platforms, these TVs, the people we hang around. It's a whole lot more to it, right? Eating's part of it, but there's other things too. All right, then. Hopefully this message helps somebody out there. Go get yourself checked out. Bye.